This is Eric P. Martin here, and it is December the 25th, 2025. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And this is the first video in a series of the Learning Nutrition Network book club. So I'm going to be starting off with The Case for Keto by Gary Taubes. And this is the introduction section. So I'm going to start off with a quote, and I'm going to read it, but I'm going to put it also on the screen. Every time the World Health Organization or the U.S. Department of Agriculture or the United Kingdom's National Health Service or the American Heart Association proclaims in its dietary guidelines that a healthy diet must include fruits, beans, and grains, whole or not, that meats should be lean, fats should be avoided, and saturated fats should be replaced by polyunsaturated vegetable oils, it directly conflicts with these clinical trials and, more important, what these physicians are seeing daily in their clinics and their lives. So why do you think there is a conflict? Why are the dietary guidelines that we have been following since the 1950s have been misled and maybe contributed to the obesity crisis that we are experiencing globally? Why is the American diet, the introduction to the American diet, causing all these chronic diseases? And these are large institutions that are telling us this. The government, the medical, profession, that healthcare profession. These are the people that have somewhat an authority on health and nutrition. Yet it's clear from the findings of some of these clinical trials that they might be wrong. So, I'm going to just share a personal experience and the reason why I started this journey in the Learning Nutrition Network. So about a year and a half ago, I was going to the doctor, and I was having some problems. It was around the time of the pandemic, and I was having some depression like many of us, and I went to the doctor because I just didn't have any energy, and I had ballooned up to about 250 pounds at that time. I was eating, wasn't going outside, wasn't exercising. And when I went to the doctor, surprisingly, I had came across another book called The Gut Mind Connection, I believe. I can't remember the name of the person that wrote it. But I was learning about the microbiome. And during my visit, they never asked me what I was eating until I inquired, do you have a nutritionist that you can connect me with? And I'm part of the VA, so I got assigned a functional nutritionist who introduced me to a book called The Toxin Solution. But it was more, okay, this is what you eat, you shouldn't avoid this, but there was no diet suggestion. And so the point I'm trying to make is that for me, I had to take 100% responsibility for my own health, because I realized that the institutions, the healthcare professionals, the majority of them that I've talked to doctors as a Lyft driver, as passengers, they don't study nutrition. And so I just want to know, what do you think? What is your opinion? If you haven't, this book, The Case for Keto, I would, you can, buy it on Amazon or, at your favorite bookstore. you can make a comment in the comment section. You can go to my Facebook group, and you can also include a video response if you like in my Facebook group. I would just like to hear, what your thoughts are. So the book club will be Tuesday and Thursdays. We will be covering The Case for Keto, one chapter per day. We also will be covering Why We Get Fat. We'll probably end on this, and then The Case Against Sugar, which all these books are written by the author Gary Taubes, which is a journalist and not a medical professional. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next week. Take care.